everybody, welcome back to the VMP Performance YouTube channel. I'm Justin.
And I'm Rebecca.
And that's Indigo.
And we are excited for you to be joining us on this second episode of My Road to 7's.
Holy, okay. Hey everybody, we're gonna put Humpty Dumpty back together. Hold on. All right, so I fixed the GoPro after dropping it. Where I wanted to go with this is here. Behind me, we have Rebecca's 2011 Mustang GT street strip car. We call it a street strip car because it still has a back seat, right?
It still has a back seat, still has a radio, still have driven it on the street semi-recently. The last time I had it out, I drove it on the street, so
it has power steering over here. I mean,
look at that, it has an engine too.
That's a big improvement. Last time they were with us, it just had, the engine was on the crate, on the ground.
Yes, last time you were with us, you guys got to see me unwrap that brand new engine. And now it has been installed, and we're going to kind of tell you what we are doing from here.
So we've got a bunch of new parts that VMP has developed that is going into this car, and I was so excited that I wanted to show you before we put it all together. I'm like, hold on, this is good video footage. So I'm going to go over all of that. We're going to talk about where the progress is with the car right now, and here we go. So the first thing is this beautifully ported lower intake manifold done by Brett Barber at Airflow Solutions. He is our guy for cylinder heads, intake manifolds, porting, all of that stuff. He does a CNC program and then he hand finishes, hand blends it. Rebecca, this is a huge improvement over what you had before.
Absolutely.
So
nice and smooth.
If you've ever looked at one of these intake manifolds before, these ports aren't nearly this large, and he does this the right way. A lot of people port these lower intake manifolds and they just do the part they can see where the cylinder head is. Well, if you don't have taper on a runner, the air slows down as it goes through it, and that's not good. So he maintains the proper runner volume and taper throughout to get good airflow. And he did Rebecca's cylinder heads as well, so he has designed this to match up perfectly. And I'll show you the part that's really important here. So this is where the inlet to the runner is a really important part. The next thing that is going to be critical to this car's success is the intercooler brick. This is a new, higher performing brick design that we are working with. And the biggest thing to note is that it has larger inlets and outlets on the front. So it is going to take VMP's 1-inch flow mod without any special modification or machining like you have to do with the stock intercooler brick. These are the flow mod parts right here. They bolt right up. Here, I can show them where you go. They go here. There's an O-ring to seal them. This is what's called a floating tube or a transfer tube. That's what allows you to get water from the outside of the intake manifold to the inside while being sealed to both water and to air, because there's pressurized air inside the intake manifold from the supercharger. So these guys fit up right in here. And here, you want me to show them real quick? Hold that. So this goes like this. This guy goes right in here. And then this sandwiches in here. And you're all together. And then of course the bucket goes on top right here. You can see Rebecca's bucket's been wrapped in some heat shield material. Just a quick little race car thing that we did to keep it cooler. Another big upgrade. Did we talk about this upgrade last time? The 1-inch lines.
We did. We touched on the fact that it was getting them, and I think that we just kind of mentioned
showed them
that's
the
what,
ice tank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I think that we just kind of.
So the ice tank is in the car now, and some of the lines are ran, and this is what's going to connect the 1-inch lines right here. So these thread into here. So you're looking at plastic fittings, and that's something I want to talk about. Those plastic fittings are very inexpensive We include them no charge with the VMP 1-inch flow mod kit. If you want to go and get AN fittings or stainless steel fittings or something really fancy, you can. Those are just included as a standard fitting. This car does not ever get extremely hot, so the plastic fittings are good for the intercooler temperatures that this car is going to run. I mean, ideally we're going to have ice water in it all the time, and even if it doesn't have ice water in it, it has a heat exchanger. It's never going to run over 120, 130 degrees. So we're perfectly good with plastic. They're included for at no charge with the VMP Flow Mod kit. You can get nicer ones if you want to. One of the things we include with this kit too is 3/4 inch fittings, in case you have not had a chance to upgrade your whole system to 1 inch yet. We've got those 3/4 inch ones for until you do. This is the restriction point in the factory system, so just having this feeding directly into the core makes a really big difference. Let's show them what else we've got for the car down here too. So this is one of VMP's dual fan, or this is a triple pass heat exchanger without the dual fans. We sell them and stock them either way, and what's special about this one is that it has the 1-inch lines here and here. So that's going to mate up perfectly to our 1-inch intercooler lines that we installed and our 1-inch flow mods on the intercooler core itself. Some other miscellaneous stuff here. I was at the auto parts store last night trying to find some hoses that would work the way I want, because I'm going to delete some of the extra stuff that the factory has under the engine bay and just clean up the cooling lines, kind of like the Cobra jets have. We've got a bigger aluminum radiator. This is like a 2-core. It's a Mishimoto radiator. It's nice polished aluminum. It's pretty lightweight. It's inexpensive. Hey, can't complain. Her factory plastic one has served us well for the past several years, but the car would get hot during extended True Street cruises and during some dyno work, so I just wanted a quicker way to cool it off. So if we head around back, you can see we've got the ice tank installed and plumbed, got the intercooler mounted. These lines right here are going to go up and down there. The return line is already installed and up in the trunk right here. This guy goes all the way up and goes into the engine bay. We'll get the final plumbing on that done when we get the lower intake manifold and the intercooler installed. Oh hey, look right here.
So as you can see, my transmission is in, and so is a new converter. So FTI had my transmission for a season freshen up. It needed to be gone through and made sure that it was ready to run in its best working order as soon as I'm ready to run the car again. And at the same time, FTI put together a new converter package for me. Last time we were out at the track, we were working out tuning on the old converter, and we sent that old converter with the trans over to FTI, and I came back with a new converter. So this is their PM10 series converter. It is a bolt together 10-inch converter. It is developed specifically for a positive displacement blower application. This particular one is. What that means is they have applied their technology to ensure that it works best with a positive displacement blower. And what you want with a positive displacement blower out of a converter is for it to be relatively tight, and that way when you are launching the car, which is where you are at your best with a positive displacement blower car, that it is tight enough to be in the RPM range, but when you shift the car down track, it doesn't pull you out of that RPM range and bog you down. Conversely, with a turbo car, you're going to want a looser converter so that you're able to spool your turbos when you're launching. It's a real nice piece. It's got a billet aluminum cover. It's got a chromoly hardened input shaft. And I am super excited to get the car out to the track and get this converter dialed in. Thanks for tuning in and checking up on the progress of my car. We'll see you soon on the road to 7's.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.